recording? Alright, we should be live. So hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 15 of Blunders and Bothwellians, the Wounded Witch edition. This is a Sunday party with their very happy, clappy soundtrack. And, yes, it is perfect. So this is episode 15 of the Sunday party. Merry may they be. Currently, you are all, outside the capital Rog in the country Travis. You have travelled a little way to go and find the Fighters Guild on a mission. And a mission to find... Thank you, the song is amazing. Thank you very much. On a mission to find a sturdy and strong vessel for the deity Airrill, who shall bring right and justice and equality and all these other beautiful things to not just Travis, but potentially to the world of Mercer. You found, through some considerable searching, you found who is considered to be the strongest member of the Fighters Guild, apart from the leader, who wouldn't have gone with you, apparently. And you found a guy called Needles Ford, a mostly orc entity of little intelligence. He's a bear of very little brain, but very powerful with his club and his fists. He has taken a liking to Kess, who convinced him to come with you and to show that he is awesome and strong and fantastic. And you also... I'm going to make this smaller. You also discovered that Airrill is quite good at being a playful drunk and attempting to get into the Fighters Guild. Airrill has now done, I believe it's 3 out of 5 fights you have done. And, you have in fact fought the leader, Drax, who was a very entertaining Scottish dwarf who you've befriended. You also, Airrill, you have been invited to come back to the bedroom of one of the girls that you fought. Her name is Strawberry, and she was very nice. She was a halfling, and yes, you've been invited back to hers later and encouraged by everybody. And yes, the rest of you pass some time by gambling and betting, laughing, enjoying yourselves, and meeting Needles Ford. So, it's the end of the evening. You have been given accommodation for the night and are welcome to come back to the Fighters Guild in the morning to continue conversations, etc. So, what would you guys like to do before you turn in for the night?
Take one more drink.
Alright, well, do me a constitution check with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. That's a perfect start for the night.
Oh, don't forget you have your birthday thing still. It has rolled over. So anytime you're in a fight with someone, as long as you continually insult your enemies, you get a plus to your hit points.
Guys?
You got a nat 1 on your constitution. Alright.
Oh no!
Also, just to point this out, the first thing that Medalist Underground said when the person jumped into chat is in all caps, somebody pull a card.
Uh-oh. Well, on that note, is there anything anyone would like to do? Yes, I should also
stay away from Airrill.
I should also mention.
I want to cheer on Needles.
I should also
I
mention.
want to cheer on Needles.
We have our glorious Vitheritas from the Tuesday party who is sitting in today, and he is giving voice or grunt to Needles Ford. For this evening and enjoying it tremendously, and he's going to get a drink and chug it to impress Kess. I'm going to say that as he's chugging it, the froth sort of comes down his lips and onto his stomach and sort of drips down and sloshes about, and he sort of gives Kess a grin with like the foam frothing out the corner of his mouth. and licks it. That is what Needles is doing. Kess is moving as far away as possible while staying at the same table. So, Enna, Drax, and Airrill, what would you like to do before you turn in this evening? Airrill, I will tell you the consequences of your actions soon.
I'll have a drink as well.
Marvellous. You can roll me just a straight constitution check, because you are not as drunk as the little pixie.
Yay!
Can I take a little dive into her drink as well?
Sure, roll me a dexterity. In fact, no, do me an acrobatics check with disadvantage. Alright, yeah.
Lord.
Enna, you sit, swig your drink.
12.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
12 on my dex.
Alright, Airrill makes a lunge for Enna's drink and ends up sort of with one arm hanging over the side. Cass, you smile at him in the way that a dog would smile at a squirrel.
Wait, in the I want to chase that and catch it kind of way?
No, in the I will kill you kind of way. Oh, he's responding. Alrighty. Okay.
Yeah.
Airrill, am I right in thinking that you would like to attempt to go to the room that Strawberry whispered to you?
That sounds ominous, but yes.
Alright.
Ominous.
Okay, in which case, you head on upstairs to her room in the guild, waving a cheery, if slightly drunk, farewell to your goblin friend who'd been carrying you around all night, and your toothy friend, Needles, and Cass, who is grimacing at him, and Enna smiling, watching it all. So can you roll me a persuasion when you knock upon the door?
Bye bye, Pixie.
Bye, little friend. Persuasion it was?
Yes.
22 total.
Okay. You knock upon the door, and you get an answering, hello?
Hey, Strawberry. Can I come in?
Sure you can, little fella. Door's open.
Oh my god.
And the door opens for you.
Why?
And you head on in for the evening. Could you just roll me two performance checks, please? And can you do the first one with disadvantage?
Oh, God. Well, that's actually not too horrible. The first one at disadvantage was a 16 total.
Okay, and the second one?
The second one isn't at disadvantage?
No.
That's 19 total.
Alright, cool. Needles, are you gonna quite literally go up to the door and try to watch, or are you just listening?
He's gonna
He's gonna
really
try and
across the
outperform.
table.
Oh god.
Okay. Alright, Airrill, I will update you on how that went later. Drax and the rest of you who are downstairs, you've got about an hour or so before everyone's going to start heading into bed. Is there anything you wanted to do or talk about before you head to bed? And I will cut you to the next morning.
Well, I am just gonna get continuously shit-faced and then fall asleep in my chair.
Okay. Anybody else got any plans for the evening?
Oh, Enna still has like 20 kilos of jewelry to carry along.
This is true.
Oh, wait. Cass is still a half-orc, right? But a male one, right?
Yes. As
Okay.
long as you want to keep that up.
I think Needles would get confused if I transform back.
I don't know if Needles would notice any difference. I mean, maybe
wish
he
I could
only
stack.
likes males.
Who knows?
I'll pipe up and say, alright, lassie. So, the wee man's Belgarath. Are you two gonna fucking hook up or something tonight? Cause I need to know who I'm fucking drinking with.
Sure, I will drink with you.
Needles drink.
I turn over to Whisper Needles. I don't think she understands a word I just said.
No.
I pat Needles on the shoulder going, I tried, laddie. I fucking tried.
Alright. With that, I will say, Needles, you will also fall asleep at the table, ready to awaken in the morning and head off with your group of companions. Belgarath and Arissa also fall asleep at the table. The rest of you go...
Can I roll Constitution?
Sure, do it.
Oh, that's not... Okay, do I fall asleep at the table as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With Needles reaching out for your hand just as you pass out.
Oh, God. We both pass out.
Enna, did you want to go and use the accommodation that you're allowed, or did you want to also fall asleep at the table?
I would like to use the accommodation and sleep
Okay.
in a bed.
You're abandoning the group!
Split the party.
Messes. You're all messes.
Leading the
Yeah.
party!
Yes?
I would, as my character would normally do, you know, as an alcoholic does, he needs a piss in the middle of the night.
Okay.
And he would think it'd be really funny if he grabbed both the other orc's hand and Needle's hand and they made hold each other's hand until they woke up in the morning.
Okay. That's fine. How does one,
Rosie, do I
how does one
transform
endearingly
back to
drool?
my normal?
Yes, when you fall asleep, you will, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, we will cut to the next morning. Enna, you can have advantage on the first roll you make today because you have slept very well.
Yay!
However, everybody else, you are, varying degrees of hungover. Airrill, you wake up very hungover. So I'm going to write this as well. Okay. Airrill.
Dragonborn holding the hands with the orc.
Airrill.
Half orc.
Oh, yeah, half orc.
Half squishling.
No, it's full squishling, right?
Airrill.
Oh! Quarters? No, 3/4 squish.
3/4 questioning. Airrill, you have disadvantage on dexterity and perception checks.
Wait a second, I'm gonna type it out and pin it so that I.
Okay.
Disadvantage on dex and perception checks. Then I pin it. Nice.
Okay. And yes, and Enna, you get advantage on your first one of the day because it's a very nice day. It's very happy. Cass, you wake up back to your normal self. Needles, you wake up holding hands with someone you haven't met before. This is a dragony looking lady. She might go rah and breathe fire at you. You're not sure about this. Where's the pretty boy you met last night?
We're the pretty orc. Who are you?
I'm Cat, and I sometimes, you know, the god that will make you the strongest warrior in all of lands. Yeah, it can give different powers as well. But one of those powers is being able to change body, to look different. I just thought if I wanted to properly get to know you, it was better to be more like your species.
So orc not here?
Yes, he went for a drink.
Needles will go up to the bar looking for the orc.
Alright. Also, Needles, as far the things you know currently are that you are on a mission from a goddess, and you're going to get lots of power, and you're going to be really special because you get to prove that you're the strongest person ever. And that's as much as Kess needed to tell you before you agreed. Basically. Alright.
I'll wake up and come down, because when I went for a pee, I went back to my chamber, so I'll come down, go straight to the bar, grab a bottle of whiskey, start tanning half of it, and then turn around and suddenly notice there's a dragonborn in the room, and I'll just come and play with, well, laddie, who the fuck's she? That is one pretty fucking dragonborn, I can tell you right there.
She said orc though.
Oracle where? Oh, aye, fucking that stuff last night.
Airrill, you can, you wake up and Strawberry is snoring and not up to be awoken. So you can come down and join people, and Enna, you can come do the same thing as well. Belgarath and Arissa wake up sleepily and sit. Belgarath leaning his head on Arissa's lap as she strokes him, and he hiccups occasionally. You can ask that to Needles. Meanwhile, Kess is turning back into her half-orc form, just as everybody else awakens, and Airrill and Enna come into the room and come and sit back at the table. So, you guys have some food. It's provided to you on the table at no expense to you guys, and you have some options for the day. You've got Needles. He is ready to come with you and brave it and be a vessel for you guys. When he leaves the disguise, the angry Scottish dwarf, he actually has wings. Alrighty then.
Oh, fuck.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
So yeah, you guys are fed, watered, etc., etc. Is there anything you would like to do before you head off on your missions today? Well, you've only really got one mission, which is, you know, heading back to Grog, but other than that.
Should we stock up at all? Are we low on our stock? Wait.
Should you do what, sorry?
As in, like, fill up on our stocks of stuff?
You can do. I mean, there isn't particularly shops or anything here, it's just the guild, but...
Yeah, no, I just meant, are we low on any food or other stuff?
Food, you should be fine. You took enough to get here, which wasn't a particularly long trip, and then they fed you while you were here,
Okay.
so you should have enough to go back with again.
Okay, then I think we are good.
Cool.
Yeah, let's journey.
Cool.
Is my goblin friend anywhere?
Yes, your goblin friend is by the bar, having a morning drink. It looks like coffee, it smells like coffee, but it also smells like alcohol. It's alcoholic coffee.
Can I point at it, groan, point at it again, and ask, can I have one?
Oh, hey, little buddy! He doesn't seem like he's gone to sleep yet. So his hangover hasn't hit him yet. Hey! You want special coffee?
Yes.
Here you go! And he dips his little finger in and gives you a little drop.
What does it taste like? Like, what's the effect on...
It tastes like you've eaten several ghost chilies and then you go to eat a cucumber. You just can't taste anything anymore.
And I turn back to the party. I say bye, and I try to fly over to the party.
Alright, make me a dexterity check with disadvantage, please.
At this time, can I be looking around for the wee-in?
For the little, for Airrill, you mean? Yeah?
I see.
You can see him because you'll come towards their table and stuff, and he'll be flying over.
Wait, did I
will be
roll
pissing
anything
myself
to
laughing
fly
seeing
over?
Dex with disadvantage.
Oh yeah, of course. That could have gone better. That's lucky 7.
Alright. You do see Airrill flying over to you, but you also see him make sort of like pirouettes and circles as he's going, and he's sort of like swaying his way towards you, like making an S shape to get to the table. And he eventually bumps into the back of Arissa's head. Ow! And then sort of like cartwheels over her and lands on the table on his butt, like making glitter fairy dust go everywhere, like, hi.
Glitter fairy dust everywhere? Does that mean the table now floats?
No, just a little patch around you, not enough to make the table fly.
Okay, good.
Oh, laddie. How was your night then?
Well, it was a 19 performance, so...
Fair.
Oh, so then, did you seal the deal?
Of course.
And I give him a little high five. I just don't move my hand in case I smack him.
Alright.
You know what? Given Errol's hangover, it would make sense that he tries to go for the high five, but is too tired and just flies against the hand.
he gives you like a high shoulder barge.
I really like it.
Also, Kaz has told you guys, but not you, Drax, the party members, she's told you that she's going to be travelling in the form of the half-orc so that Needles still trusts her.
Yeah.
So you want to keep him interested?
Yes. Obviously, we need to complete this mission.
That's a good excuse to try and keep his company for yourself.
We are on a quest, right? That we are trying to complete.
Aren't we always on a quest?
It's a holy quest.
Well, holy.
We have to do everything within our power.
At this point, I'll kind of pick up Airrill and then dip my hand in some whiskey, going, "Take some of that, laddie." it'll cure you a little bit. Seeing the state that he's in.
Obviously, I'd drink it.
Alright. Again, you can't really taste anything right now. It just sort of tastes like cucumber water.
Here's the dog, laddie. Here's the dog. Oh, speaking of which, I need to go fucking feed mine. So I bugger off to go feed my dog.
Okay. At this point...
Can I get some food and fly outside and call for Onyx?
You can do, yes. You get some food from the bar, and you fly out the door, and you call, and after a few minutes, from round the corner, you hear a sort of yawn, and then, and the little black panther cub comes trotting round the corner, sees you, and sort of canters up to you faster.
Good girl. I just cuddle her a bit and then hand her some food. Wait a second.
You also notice, after you have fed your pet, and Cass comes sprinting out after you, shouting "Grow!" You guys also see Needles is in an alley round the side taking a pee.
Fuck's sake, Timo.
I had to send that.
Cass, would you like to feed Guar? He was given
yes.
some steak last night, but you can feed him today if you want to get something from the bar and give it to him.
Yeah, of course. I would.
Okay, that's cool. They give you, again, some more sort of leftover, not quite spoiled steak, and you head outside. And he comes from the same direction that the panther did. And you sort of hear it again, like a dinosaur yawn. And he comes round, doosh, 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 round the corner. And comes over to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and does Gar recognize me, or do I have to drop my eye?
Guar sniffs you and recognizes the smell more than what you look like.
Okay, good. Yay! Hello, little one. Would you like some? Would you like to feel your tummy? Would you like a little bit of yummy? Yes, of course you want. Have this, eat it all, eat it all. Aww, you're so cute. Such a lovely little thing. And can I pet?
You can, yes. He will let you pet him.
Aww. Yeah, at some point I will have to try to, again, use it. It will take time, I know.
Yes. Alright, at this point, Needles has finished peeing and turns around and notices the pretty orc petting the pretty dinosaur.
He's going to walk on up, thinking he's being very seductive.
Wait, you have to roll like, what is it? Is it persuasion or charisma check?
Just do a charisma check. Just do a charisma check.
As well, I'll come out with Needles. Or walk after him.
I'm gonna say at this point that the whole gang is here, and Arissa has looked out the window and said, "Oh, they're flirting again!" and has pulled Enna and Belgarath out the front door to come and watch.
I'll openly
Lovely.
say to Needles, going, Needles, where'd that dragon last go? You seen it anywhere? And I wander back off inside.
Cass, roll me a charisma check as well.
Yes, it should almost be a Constitution save.
Okay, Cass, you're still not particularly interested, and the hand upon your bottom did nothing to sway you.
I'm kind of side-eyeing the Needles.
Give him the evil
What
eye.
exactly are you doing?
You pretty.
Okay. So, about this quest where you become the most powerful person in the world, right? Yeah, I'm sure I will very much appreciate you finding me pretty once you have completed. Right? I think
Needles be strong.
exactly.
Needles be best.
Yes. And I like the strongest and best warrior bird. So how about he becomes... And then we can talk a bit more.
Hang on, what am I being asked? How strong is the grip? I thought he just slapped her butt, not grabbed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
It wasn't like
I thought you grabbed it. I just didn't think you'd be smart enough to let go.
He goes to slap and instead, like, picks her up. Like a squeaky toy.
Yeah, because she basically still has the sort of body that she normally has. It's not like her body changed. She
That's
looks like
true.
a half orc.
Actually, you will notice that her butt, Needles, feels a little bit flatter than you were expecting, because actually she's a little bit shorter than the form she's taking on, so you'd probably be grabbing just above her butt, like where her back is.
No, to be honest, dragonborns are quite tall. Cass is still...
Yeah, you're meant to be well over 6 feet.
Yeah, I think Cass is around 6. She's a shorter dragonborn, but still... She probably doesn't need to look that taller to be a half orc. But yeah, she's around 6 feet.
Alright. So, you guys are fed, watered, and road ready. You guys are invited back in, so you all head on inside to grab your breakfast and your water and things. So that you are... Airrill drunkenly sits there. And you guys are... fed and given some non-alcoholic beverages for those who want non-alcoholic beverages and those who need them. Airrill. And when you are... Needles continues to eat, like, the most sloppy porridge in existence and gets it, like, everywhere. As you guys are just finishing up, another member of the Fighters Guild that you saw in the ring yesterday, yes, he is majestic, comes on up.
Was he against me?
No, he was one of the people who was in just as you came in the building. He's quite a tall, again, he's sort of like a half orc, but he's more human than orc. And he comes up to Drax and whispers in your ear, Drax, Drax. And I've already messaged you what it is he's going to say, but I will just message you again. Drax nods, and the guy is going to ask, do you have anyone in mind?
Fuck it, I'll go. Oh, this lot then.
Okay. Alright. In which case, he will nod, and he will turn to the table. So, I have just delivered word to our leader Drax. A contract has come in to the Fighters Guild. We get these occasionally. People looking for might and stamina and wits, and well, not always wits. In fact, most often not wits. For those, they tend to go to the Thieves Guild. Anyway, a contract has come in asking for a noble and strong group of fighters who would be able to complete a contract for a woman who was asked for some assistance and aid, and she can provide I am told that she would like to explain the second part of her reward herself, but the initial reward would be 200 gold for the group, and of course if Drax here has made up his mind, if you guys would like to take on this contract, it would give you favour with the Fighters Guild for the rest of your lives, which includes a favour you can call in, and where's the there you are, Pixie, Airrill, is it? Yes.
Yeah.
If you complete this contract, then you will not need to fight another 2 times in the arena. Instead, this will count as the remainder of your trial, and you can be a fully fledged member of the guild.
Well, excuse me, we are already on a very important quest.
Deal.
Oh, I'm told this one is.
No, we do not.
I'm told this one is time sensitive and would be done by the end of the day, provided you are successful. I mean, 200 gold and something else.
This lady, anyway.
We're always successful. Guns on us.
I don't know a great deal about her. She's outside now. If you'd like to go meet her. She says she's got bonus to anyone who wants to come and. He's off.
Well,
he's off.
How about we meet her before we?
Sure, not a problem. Would you all like to come follow me? Follow me then. Drax, are you gonna go along as operation manager, as it were, and just make sure everything is done above board and to our standards and everything?
Aye, of course, you dipshit. I'm just gonna get my fucking gear then.
We'll just see outside. Then I'll take him outside to meet her. Then, all right. Wait for me a second, little fella. And he leads you all outside the Fighters Guild. All right. So you guys come outside into the street. It is sort of the middle of the morning. The sun is as up as it ever is, being quite grey and red, and Cass does not like this person. You guys are led just down the street, in the opposite direction to where Needles is just like, just following along. Airrill, you do not have sunglasses, no, but you have really long eyelashes.
Ooh! Can I hold Sylvester above me like a tiny umbrella to give me some shade?
Sure you can.
Oh, wait, there is sun? What's happening?
There's not a lot of sun. It's the normal kind of Travis sun. It's sort of red and grey and dark. It's
okay. I was just double checking what was going on with shade being needed.
It's
Well-
alright. He's very hungover, so any sun will.
This is important.
Alright, so you guys are led further down the street. You're in the opposite direction to where your pets were, but they're just around the corner. You can still see the Fighters Guild. Again, this is like an old sort of abandoned, collapsed street in an abandoned, collapsed town. And you guys see a human female, sort of long, dark hair, and she is stood. There we go. She is stood just in the middle of the street. She sort of stood there waiting. She has a tall, strapping bodyguard with her. He's wearing what looks to be very grubby but very fancy armour, like full plate mail and a helmet with the visor down, and he stands with his hand on his sword, and he's got a shield as well. And she stands
And then
there.
knock and ask if anyone's there.
You get no response, but sure, you can do.
I knock on his helmet and ask if there's anybody there. Yo, you here?
You get no response.
I knock harder.
He won't respond to you, dearie. Sorry, he's man of few words, as my dear Yorick. The woman says to you, Airrill.
Okay. So,
Send your message, Rosie.
Yeah,
what's this mission I've been told about? And don't talk too loud.
Are you here? I'm sorry. I shall talk quieter for you.
Thank you.
I assume you are here from the Fighters Guild. Oh, yes. She looks up and she sees the guy who came in with the message walking along behind you with the rest of the party. Ah, I see you got my message. I am to conclude, therefore, that you are the brave, noble fighters sent to aid me on my quest. It is only a little quest, but pays quite handsomely. I can offer you 200 gold each, plus a little something extra.
That's not what the deal was. That's totally different from what we were told. Are you changing the conditions?
I'm not changing the conditions. I'm not sure what you were told, but this is what I relayed to your companion from the Fighters Guild. 200 gold apiece plus something extra special that I will only provide upon completion. I can't tell you what it is, of course.
200 each?
Yes, 200 gold each.
I'm in.
Okay, look, that's very suspicious to be just changing your quest description on the fly like that.
She didn't change it, though.
She did. It was
No.
200 per group.
That might have just been... That is this in-game or out-of-game communication?
No, that was in-game.
In-game.
That was in-game. The
Okay.
Yeah,
guy,
that was in-game. That was
the guy told you wrong. I made it perfectly clear when I passed on my assignment that I would be paying 200 gold each to whomever could complete my quest. It is time sensitive, after all. And your perception to see if they are what they look like. I love it. Cass, they both appear to be what they are. Well, this is a human woman with long dark hair, and next to her is a very big guy in full armor and like a helmet. So you wouldn't like he's probably a big human, but you're not sure, like, but you can't see any particular magic-y illusion around them.
Is he alive? Is he alive?
He's the mountain.
You honestly can't tell. He's wearing a lot of mail and
But
armor.
what do you mean I can't tell if he's alive?
Well, he's wearing a great deal of like.
No, but
armor.
does he have a soul? Shouldn't I be able to tell if he's alive or not?
You can sense a soul, yes.
Based on.
You can sense a soul.
Okay, that's fine. I was just wondering if it was like a construct or undead or that sort of thing, but it doesn't seem like that. Does it?
He doesn't seem to have...
or I can't tell that much, basically.
He doesn't seem to have a lot to tell you from that roll, but you can sense a soul.
Sorry. Okay, that's fine. And can I also do an insight to see how honest she is?
Yes, you can.
Oh, that's a little bit better. Yeah.
Also, Needles, if you want to do a card trick, please roll me a d20. Cass, what did you get?
I got a 22.
Okay, she is telling the truth. She believes that she said it was 200 gold each. She means it. And the extra something that she will tell you if you wish to know. Alright. I'll be right back with you, Cass. I'm just going to tell Needles what he has got himself into.
Oh dear.
And the whole campaign grinds to a halt. Needles kills you all.
This is to reward chat.
Improve his intellect.
This is to reward what?
Madelice Underground asked that somebody pull a card, and when asked who Madelice wanted to pull a card, it was Enna and Needles. I asked Enna, and Enna didn't want to, so now I ask Needles, and Needles did it. So yay!
Oh dear.
Did I just turn Needles into like an evil son bitch?
No, that's fine. Okay.
Let's hope he didn't pull out the truth card.
He'd never be able to explain to you what happened.
But suddenly he has a beard made of flowers?
Oh, I like that.
That would definitely impress the hell out of Cass.
Oh yes, it would.
Seeing as Cass is, a good aligned character that actually loves flowers and rainbows.
No.
Okay.
He gets a charisma buff.
It's a -5 intelligence. Okay.
Why?
Needles. You feel a sort of darkness wash over you. You sort of shake your head and it goes away.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You now have a disadvantage on all saving throws.
What the hell?
Oh, just take a note of that.
No, does this actually ruin our... No.
No, it doesn't ruin anything, don't worry, I just like to scare you. Alright. Alright, so...
Once again, fucking Timo tries to screw over Verty.
Also, at this point, well, I'll let you describe what they see, because I've got your message, but do you want to describe what they see, Rob? From behind you, you hear the door to the Fighters Guild bang shut.
Hello,
Yeah.
friend.
You pretty much see me fully armored, got all my gear on me, basically in full plate.
Yes.
And also you see my direwolf walking up right next to me, pretty much semi-fully armored as well, with all the gear in it and a saddle.
Can I pet the doggo?
Sure, why not?
Well, I haven't got there yet, but... Okay, Rosie, you can roll for that.
You can roll for animal handling once he's got to you.
Okay. Can you tell me when he gets to me?
He'll get to you within a few minutes, so sure.
Okay, so Rosie, back to the lady who was giving us this quest. So
Yes.
she seems to be genuine and not trying to... It doesn't seem like she's trying to trick us.
She seems genuine so far.
Okay. Cass is more suspicious. Maybe she just can't see it.
Oh yeah, that's his Fluffy.
Okay. I think Cass can very grudgingly agree to... For now.
Alright. The guy comes up to you, and he's overheard this, and he says, "Oh, 200 gold each, was it? Oh, my mistake, my mistake." And you get the impression that he may have heard wrong, or maybe he was thinking that he could skim a little off the top.
A little off the top. This is Needles, Airrill, Cass, Enna, and Drax, and then there's Arissa and Belgarath as well. So that he would literally try to steal more than 1,000 gold from us. Fucking scammer.
Well, the people in the Fighters Guild are not the cleverest. They have good ideas, they just have no way to go about doing them. So he sort of...
You should brain.
You should brain. So he says to you guys, "So, great. I'll write up the contract now. Then, did you want to tell them what the extra thing was?" "Yes. So, if you can successfully aid me in this, I not only will provide 200 gold each for you, I will also provide you something else. Unfortunately, I cannot do this more than once, but I will allow a group consensus to decide what to do with it. I will give you the use of one wish spell."
Oh. Rosie?
What exactly is this quest about? That seems like quite a big reward.
Rosie?
Yes.
I know she's not here right now, but there's one member in the party who would really take notice of that.
Yes.
Just gonna put it out there.
Let us assume that Belgarath and Arissa have both put their hands up going, "Yep, I'm in, yep, let's do it, yep.
I have my big fluffy direwolf in my hand right now getting pets.
Okay.
Troy.
So what exactly do we have to do with the quest?
Well, it involves a little fighting and ideally a little disposing of some people. You see, I have been making my way through the world trying to right the wrongs and rid it of the naysayers and people who go about strutting their own opinions and disregarding the thoughts of others in hopes of squashing down belief systems other than their own, and I find it's very hard to do this by myself. And yes, you can fill the bottle with water. Sorry, Airrill, I just saw that one.
No, I was just trying to see if anything special happened.
Not so far.
So it didn't turn into a Molotov yet.
No.
Aw.
So, just writing that bit down. Right. I would request that you aid me in wiping out the last of the group I have been tracking for some time. I have heard of their misdeeds and seen them slaughter countless individuals simply because they did not believe with them on their own beliefs. Do you agree that this is wrong?
What's the name of these?
Well, they call themselves the Golden Chalice Company. This would be the last of them. They are quite close. Right now I have discovered, they are in the middle of destroying the very last group of a very endangered, very powerless species. And I cannot understand why. I feel I could not fight them on my own, and I would love some aid in this. Of course, I understand that my vigilantiness does not necessarily meet with everybody's approval, so I am happy to pay you for this. And yes, out of character, you has heard that name before.
Can you remind us, Rosie? Sorry.
It's a Tuesday party thing, don't worry.
Oh.
And I think it's amazing that he's here this night.
Yeah.
I may have brought forward a piece of plot because it conveniently coincided with this.
Okay.
Oh god, he's gonna have to fight them.
Remember
Sorry,
your
this is-
intelligence, Vetheritas.
Well, that seems like a reasonable request. And I don't see why we can't earn some money that way.
I understand, of course, I am not asking you to pledge allegiance and join my cause or anything. I merely wish to wipe these out as soon as I can. It is like when you see suffering and wish you could do something, but you just can't. So...
Hey, Drax.
Aye.
Yes, I suppose we could help you out.
Would you be coming along, seeing as you brought your doggo and your armor?
Yes, Drax is coming along so that he can see how well you do and then decide whether or not you gain favour and admittance to the Fighters Guild. Favour for the party and admittance to Airrill.
I heard something about me being allowed in the guild if I managed to do this, right?
Yes.
Aye, pretty much, buddy.
In that case, I'm in. And
I thought you would.
I whistle to get Onyx, and to stand impressive like Drax is standing, and then have Onyx sit next to me, all impressive and like showing the teeth. And then also go because sunlight and noise and hangover and.
This is true. All right. Give me one memento. I need to BRB for one moment. In the meantime, decide if you're going to take your dinosaur with you and how your guys are feeling. One sec.
I guess it depends what sort of terrain you're in.